All right, today we're diving into something that, let's be honest, is way more than just another diet. It's a whole new way of thinking about food, about health, and really about life itself. It's called the Why Diet, and it's all about building a bridge between two incredible worlds, the deep wisdom of the past and the sharpest science of today.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You try some new diet that everyone's raving about, but for you, it's a total miss. It feels way too rigid, totally unrealistic, and just completely disconnected from your actual life. And that frustration, that is exactly what we're tackling today. The hunt for an approach that actually fits you. So to figure that out, we've got to start by understanding these two massive and usually separate worlds of nutrition. On one hand, you have thousands of years of traditional food wisdom. And on the other, you've got the cutting-edge discoveries coming out of modern biomedical science.
And you can really see the difference right here. On the left, ancient wisdom is holistic. It sees you as a whole person, where food is just one part of this grand life architecture. Then on the right, you've got modern science, which zooms all the way in with incredible precision, focusing on the nitty-gritty biological details, our genes, our cells, our metabolism. Both are super powerful, but they almost never speak the same language.
Now that ancient foundation is built on frameworks like AVS, which comes from Eastern traditions. We're going to break down exactly what that means in a sec, but here's the key idea. Food was never, ever seen as this isolated thing. It was always just one piece of a much, much bigger wellness puzzle, tangled up with every other part of your life.
So let's look at these 5 pillars. That kicks off with ahara, which is food, but look at how it's balanced by everything else. Vihara, your lifestyle, achara, your daily routines and conduct, vichara, your thoughts, and sanchara, your movement. It's a complete system, you know? And that's why any diet that only talks about food is, well, fundamentally broken. It's missing the rest of your life.
Okay, now let's hop over to the other side of that bridge. Modern science brings something to the table that ancient wisdom just couldn't: unbelievable precision. It gives us the tools to zoom in and understand our unique biology in absolutely astonishing detail.
A perfect example of this is chrononutrition. This whole field is about timing. It's proven to us that when you eat can be every bit as important as what you eat. Why? Because our bodies run on these internal clocks, our circadian rhythms, and they control everything from digestion to hormone release.
And then there's the metabiome. Now, this is not just gut health. It's this idea of seeing the trillions of bacteria in your gut, all the stuff they produce, and your own metabolism as one single interconnected ecosystem. And what science is showing us is that this ecosystem is a central target for getting and staying well. So you've got this deep, holistic philosophy on one side, and this incredibly precise mechanistic science on the other. They feel like they're from different planets. How in the world could you bring them together into one system that actually makes sense?
Well, that right there is the entire mission of the Why Diet. It is a hybrid model, a formula specifically designed to unite these two worlds and create something way more powerful than either one could be on its own. And here it is, the core formula. The Why Diet is ancient wisdom plus modern science plus this really cool practical element we're about to get into called smart swaps. It's about respecting where we came from and embracing the best of what we know now.
This whole thing works on 3 levels at the same time. Think of it like a stack. At the bottom, you have the philosophical foundation, how we even think about food. In the middle is the biological, how food is actually interacting with our bodies. And right on top is the practical, how we deal with shopping, cooking, and eating in our crazy modern lives. Okay, so that's the what. Now let's get into the how. How does all this theory actually become a personalized system that you can use in your day-to-day life?
This is the huge difference. A normal diet gives you a fixed pattern, a strict menu you have to follow no matter what. The Why Diet is a system. It's modular, so you can use different parts when you need them. It's context-aware, meaning it gets that you have a real life. And maybe most important, it's adaptive.
And the secret to how it adapts? It's these things called smart swaps. I just love this term, behavioral microsurgeries. These aren't massive, turn-your-life-upside-down changes. They're small, targeted, and totally realistic swaps in what you use, when you eat, or how you cook that you can actually do.
Let's just look at a few examples here. You take a common habit, you apply a smart swap, and you get a real benefit. So instead of deep frying your snacks every day, you bake them. That reduces metabolic harm. Instead of sugary sodas, maybe you swap in a spiced buttermilk or an herbal tea to help out your gut microbes. Or that heavy late-night meal,
You just shift it a bit earlier and control the portion size to get back in sync with your body's natural rhythm. See? They're like these tiny little incisions that, over time, reshape the whole system.
So here's the big question. If we're moving past some rigid, simple diet, how do we track our progress? If it's not just about the number on the scale, what is it about? How do you know it's working?
For this, the Y Diet has a new tool, the Personalized Well-Being Index, or PWI. You can see it gives you this 360-degree view of your health. It goes way beyond just weight. It tracks your physical metrics, sure, but also your mental and emotional state and even how well you're sticking to your new lifestyle. It's a holistic measurement for a holistic system. Makes sense, right?
And that PWI becomes your compass for the Y Diet journey, which is basically this 4-step loop. First, you assess your habitome. That's just the ecosystem of all your personal habits around food and life. Then, you implement a few targeted smart swaps. Step 3, you track how you're doing with that holistic PWI we just saw. And finally, you refine and adapt based on what's actually working for you. It's a constant personal process of getting better.
Okay, let's zoom out for a minute, because the Y Diet is really trying to do something much, much bigger than just tell you what to eat. It's trying to reframe the whole act of eating as an act of reconnection.
It's really designed to be an education for your entire life. It gives tools to kids to learn about food, it helps working adults navigate things like stress and travel, and it helps older adults adapt to their body's changing needs. This isn't some temporary fix, it's a framework for living.
And this idea of reconnection goes beyond just our own bodies. It's about syncing our eating habits with the bigger ecosystem all around us. Reconnecting with the sun by eating in line with our circadian rhythms, with the soil by valuing local foods, and with the seasons by eating what's naturally growing right now.
Which brings us to this final, really powerful idea. What if the dining table wasn't a battlefield, not some problem of calories and willpower that you have to control, but instead, a platform? A platform for learning about our bodies, for healing, and for reconnecting with ourselves, with our families, and with the world. That right there is the ultimate vision of the Y Diet.